It's another late night rant. Oh, what is it? Yeah, face looks a bit fat. I've been like sort of crying. Having tears were flowing from my eyes. I just feel very inadequate. Not context, I guess. I'm just sort of like, trying to therapy, self therapy. My face. Don't worry about that. I'll work on that diet thing. I don't know if you can hear me properly because I'm mumbling. Hello. Anyway, so yeah, sometimes when you think about things, your past, you get triggered and painful emotions rise to the surface and they hurt and then you cry. So it's got sort of like catharsis, or it's like allowing you to feel feelings that are repressed, because it's good to allow yourself to feel them every now and then, because they help me face reality. In order to face reality, meaning the reality of my life, I have to allow myself to think and feel and experience emotions that are painful, really painful. So yeah, so I feel very inadequate and yeah. I've got severe abandonment issues because I don't know why I have it. I was thinking about this incident when I was a child. Maybe I was 7, 8, and we were at this park. This was in the United Arab Emirates. I was very young. So we were in this park, and there was this public toilet, and I don't know what happened, but I went into the toilet, and I think my sister also went into the toilet with my dad, or I don't know what happened, but when I came out of the toilet, I think my sister came with me. I don't know. I don't remember. But so my sister would have been 3 years younger than me anyway. So the I think my dad was supposed to wait for us outside the toilet. Oh, I really don't know what happened, but the idea was when we came out of the toilet, I would find my dad or my mom. You know, that was the idea. But this time when I came out, yeah, my sister was with me. So, and when we came out of the toilet, I couldn't find them. I couldn't find my dad or my mom, and I was like looking around, and I was starting to panic. And I don't know if I was 8, maybe I was younger. It was kind of embarrassing if I was 8, but anyway. So so what happened was like I waited and waited and waited, and my dad didn't come, and I couldn't find my mom, and I started panicking, and I was like telling my sister, like, "Oh my God, what happened? Like, where is mom? Where is dad?" I was like, and then I think I started crying or getting really emotional. Like I was really like, "Oh my God, we're lost," because I don't know how to go home from there. Like we walked to the park. It's like, oops, sorry, about 15 minutes away from my house or something. But I didn't know how to get there. I must have been pretty young. I don't know. Yeah, it must have been when I was 6 or 7. It can't be 8. Anyway, um, so I remember feeling this panic, like, oh my God, we're lost. Horror of, oh my God, we're lost. What are we gonna do? And I just remember feeling so. It was such a horrific thing, and but my sister was like, "Oh, don't worry about it." So she wasn't crying or panicking at all. But she was like, no, she didn't feel any kind of. I don't think she did. She didn't communicate it anyway. But I was like a complete mess. And then in the distance, I could see like there was this group of people like gathered around, and they were just walking, and then this huge group of people were gathering around, and I think what happened next thing I remember was there was this woman. She was wailing and crying and just so there's this huge group gathering around like in the distance, and I could see this group coming closer and closer, and there were all these men picking up kids and saying, "Is this your kid? Is this your kid?" That was my mom. So she was like she completely lost it too. She thought that she lost us, and then she was like completely like wailing and screaming that the whole freaking like all of these people were gathering around her and trying to like get all these. It's like, and I was like, I saw this, and then suddenly then the next thing I remember, I think my dad came over, and then I felt relief, and then I think my mom came over and she said, "Oh, okay." So she was she just completely lost it, and that's how my mom is. You know, she was like, I think she would have died if something happened to us. I don't know. Um. So anyway, my dad was like, "Oh God!" Like when we were going home, my dad was like, oh, he was sort of like embarrassed or something by the fact that my mom was doing like that. I don't know. I got that's the impression I got, and I was like, the only thing I can remember was I think we were in the car, or I don't know. Maybe we walked or in the cab. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, man. I just don't remember. But I remember we're going home, and mom was like, you know. She was really happy to have us back. I remember feeling she was like holding us or something. I don't know. So maybe that was one example of abandonment where I felt abandoned by my parents, feeling terrified in the world. And then, so that was when I was a very young kid. But then later on in young adult, um, another like when I was a young adult, I think one of this there was this girl. I think I had a crush on her or something. I don't know. So it was a romantic kind of thing or whatever. You know, it's weird. The point is, I don't know if that's a rejection or abandonment. I don't know. But I remember like sitting in my room and all these tears were coming out, and I felt this intense pain, but I didn't know like no, I think that was yeah, I felt abandoned and rejected by the world. So I think anyway, I don't know. So I think that was a accumulation of so many various issues, you know, not just relationships. I think that was something more profound or so deep. Yeah, like I felt like I was abandoned by the whole world and there was no one there. Anyway, so yeah, the whole, so this is it's been difficult. I did cry. I cried. I cried. Well, yeah. So, god damn it, emotional pain is so fucking bad. God damn it. Oh yeah, I was also thinking about how I was feeling very inadequate. Yeah, yeah. There's also something else I was thinking about, like how um I've always felt like I've got like I've always felt like I wasn't good enough. I don't know why. Maybe because and I've been reading up stuff, and maybe it's because as a child, the children have emotional needs, right? People have emotional needs, and maybe as a child, I didn't have some of these needs met, and therefore, I'm spending my whole life trying to prove myself, like prove that I'm worthy enough to be loved and respected and, you know, cared about or whatever. So I'm spending my whole life trying to prove it. Um, and then that's kind of, and if you look at my life circumstance, like I'm 37, I'm going to be 38 in August. And I'm just sort of like thinking, like, at my age, most people, well, I mean, there are a lot of people who are pretty miserable too, so I guess I shouldn't be too complaining too much, but, like people are homeless and stuff like that, so, um, but I'm just thinking, I think, I should be, I feel like I should have a job, I should have a career, I should have a house, a car, and have a social life, and I should have all of these things, and I don't have any of them. I don't have any of them, really. I don't even have a job history. I'm like this dull bludger, or it's like so shameful. I feel so ashamed of it. Like when I compare myself to other people, it's like I feel so inadequate. Like, who the hell want to be with me? Like, I got nothing to give. I don't have anything, any status. I don't have any money. I don't have any. I don't have any of those things. And I'm a transsexual person, and like, what the fuck? Oh my god. I'm also impotent. I joke about this to myself. Like, I'm impotent not only in that way, but also in life. Like, I don't have a desire. I'm not motivated. So I'm impotent in the fact that I don't have a competitive drive to succeed in the life game. So I'm impotent. Not only physically or whatever that, but also in the life game. Evolution. I'm an evolutionary reject. I have no use. I cannot perpetuate the species. I am completely useless. I am useless. Objectively speaking, I'm a liability. All I have is like a, what do I have? I have a computer, some DVDs, books, a whole bunch of debt. I'm a liability. I'm useless. Why would anyone want to be with me? Why would anyone want me? People have to. People see me as a burden. I feel like my brother sees me as a burden. He's probably thinking, "Oh, when is this person gonna go in? Because I want to go live my own life." And he should live his life. Fucking hell, of course. I feel bad for him. I think he should, he should live his life. But yeah, see, I'm useless. I'm. I mean, it's kind of. That's not even just my opinion. That's objectively true. I have nothing to give. Or, you know, I mean, even if I wanted to give, I can't do it because I'm so like lacking in desire, motivation. I feel rejected by society, and society couldn't give a damn if I existed, so I really feel useless. And I'm not even feeling sorry for myself when I say that. I say that like as an objective kind of description of my status in life or my function in life. I'm useless. I have no use. And society, well, what does it need me for? Well, I guess I could, try and. I guess I could try and be the, you know, Achilles heel or something. Like, like try and be a thorn in its side or whatever. But yeah, it kind of sucks. I don't think I'm even an interesting person. Like, right? When people want something from you, people are. Everyone wants something from you, including me. I'm a human being too. So I mean, it's just. And I don't have anything to give. I don't have anything to sell. Well, I guess I could say, oh well, I could just try and, you know, I guess I could sell my body. I laugh sometimes, like, oh, what if I end up being a prostitute or something? And I really don't want to laugh about that because that really scares me because I'm thinking like, oh my God, this is. And I think about that, I think that is so sad. I mean, like, people, imagine, like, Imagine, imagine like you know, it's just a sad thing to do. It's people who like, imagine you were a kid, and then you were, you had dreams and hopes, and then as an adult, you're like on the streets. You see how sad that is? Like when you look at it, like from when you were a child, and as an adult, you're in that kind of circumstance. You can see how sad that is that you would end up that way. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I do feel useless, and I think I am kind of. I mean, I could try and be useful, but I don't know. It just seems really hard to be useful. It's a lot of work to be wanted and desired. You have to put a lot of work in it. That's what I'm thinking, like you have to make yourself wanted, decide. It's like, I mean, what's the difference between me and some homeless person on the street? Really? I mean, I make these videos and I guess I have some kind of a platform to speak and get my voice out. But truthfully, I mean, there are so many people who, I mean, no one gives a shit about them. No one hears their story, their feelings and fears, and you know, they're kind of like neglected and forgotten and unheard. Yeah, it's not really much difference between me and them, except that I have a camera and I make videos. Anyway, I think I'll end it there. I probably have a lot to say about whatever. I feel useless. I am useless, and I don't know if I want to be useful. I don't know if I want to be desirable. I don't know if I want to be somebody. I don't know if I, yeah, I don't know if I want that. Seems like a lot of work. I don't know if I really think it, I don't know if it's worth it. Don't know if it's worth it. I don't know.